A Lansing teen convicted of murder is getting a second chance to avoid life in prison. 15-year-old Charles Lewis Jr. was given a delayed or blended sentence Friday for his role in the death of Shayla Johnson. It means he will go to a juvenile facility until he's 21 years old. His sentence will be reevaluated at that time or possibly sooner. And as you can imagine, it was an emotional moment in the courtroom, especially for the mothers of the two teens at the heart of this story, one of a murderer and the other his victim. Hannah Saunders has our report.
Both mothers expected this ruling, but both were also hoping for a different one. Shayla Johnson's mother, Lori Black, hoped Charles Lewis Jr. would be treated as an adult.
We were praying for life, but we got what we expected. We think it's a fair compromise.
But Charles' mom, Trisha Lindsay, wanted him to be done doing his time when he turns 21, telling me it would ensure he could then come home and live a new life, crime-free.
He's a good person, he was just headed down the wrong road.
A good person who she believes the public has misjudged after being found guilty of a first-degree murder taking place at the age of 13, preceded by about 30 other interactions with police.
They just pick up papers and read what they want to read and take out what they want to take out. He's my son, so I know him and I know he'll do right.
Black says Charles is lucky to have this second chance to possibly leave incarceration at the age of 21.
This is his only chance, and we'll see what he does with that.
Although she says it's an extra chance at life that Shayla will never get.
Nothing worse can happen to me in my life than what's already happened to me.
Lindsay says she understands her pain and prays for Shayla's entire family every day.
That their grieving process becomes a lot easier, and it's not so hard for them, and that they find a way in their heart to forgive.
And now that this sentencing is over, both mothers are turning to God to get them through the rest of this tragedy. What seems to them has no end in sight.
God is good, and he's going to be okay.
God's already had a plan for us, and this is just a part of his plan.
In Lansing, Hannah Saunders, Fox 47 News.
The U.S. Supreme Court will make a very important decision to this case sometime this summer. The justices will decide whether to make it illegal for a juvenile to receive a life sentence for any crime. Even though Lewis will be 21 when that decision is made, the crime was still committed when he was 13. Back to Friday's ruling, Judge Economy calls it the hardest decision he's ever had to make. He tells us he listened to a lot of opinions on the case, and it kept coming back to one deciding factor.
There was a common theme amongst every expert which said, give him a delayed sentence. We don't think he's got a good chance. We don't think the prognosis is very good, but we're not ready to tell you to put him away for life without a chance of parole.
Judge Economy says he's relieved his part of the case is over, saying it's something he's wrestled with personally for years now. As for the future, he's hopeful Lewis Jr. will take full advantage of his second chance.
I like to think that he's going to make a change, that he can make a change, that as he matures, that he'll be able to realize what he's done wrong. The pessimist in me says, like I told him there, why? Why should I believe in you?
Judge Economy says whatever happens in the future, he'll never forget the pain Shayla Johnson's family has to live with for the rest of their lives. We've gotten a lot of feedback on this case from our Facebook friends. Tanya Nuremberg says, terrible outcome. I feel so bad for the family of the victim. It should not matter the age of anyone that commits murder. A convicted murderer should get life in prison. You can't rehabilitate that. The judicial system failed everyone involved. While Angie Shuck had this to say, wow, I'm surprised everyone wants a kid to fry. I am happy with the sentence. I am not saying it is okay to kill or that he shouldn't be punished, but at 13, you don't fully understand the reality of things. I hope this young man proves everyone wrong and does great things with his life. What do you think? Does the punishment fit the crime? Is it enough or is it too much? You can tell us your thoughts on Fox 47 News, our Facebook page, or you can leave us a comment or send us a tweet. That's at Fox 47 TV.